who always get bad luck.
You know, Patrick, I didn't notice that in the video. So the jagoff did it twice, Haley? Twice?
Yeah, the first time was at 2:30, and then the second time was at 3:20 or 3:30.
And he's not shy at all about appearing on.
The first load of laundry was still wet.
You see him full face on tape, too, on the video. Full face.
Absolutely, and it's like, it's crazy.
Haley,
like, I would think somebody would know who he is.
Haley, let me ask you a dumbass question, because I am. I'm trying to understand, because I see value in things. I don't see value in your kids' clothes. Help me with motive here. Honestly, help me explain. What the hell is this?
Honestly, I have no idea. I mean,
what the hell would he even do with it? No disrespect, but it's not as if you go to the pawn shop and what the hell would he even do with it? No disrespect, but it's not as if you go to the pawn shop and trade it in like you've got stolen guns or something, right?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, unless he just, I don't know.
Hey,
like, the clothes aren't even going to fit the person that took them. Unless
he was a grown-ass man. These are kids' clothes.
Right.
Hey, Haley.
I don't understand
What about the owners of the laundromat? Have they seen this guy before?
They have not. The owner was very cooperative, though, and he, gave the police all the information that he had. The police even said that they're not very familiar with all the local people, so they didn't really know who he was either. So that's kind of why I reached out, to social media, TikTok, Facebook. I reached out to you, and it's not even really that I'm hopeful of getting my stuff back. It's really just trying to prevent him from doing this to somebody else and somebody else's children. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sitting there thinking, is he a drug addict? You're not trading wet clothes for drugs.
That area, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. The only thing we can hope is take out all the crap from the jagoffs who made ignorant posts on social and hope that somebody recognizes.
I know, people act like people can't have like $1,000 worth of clothes.
Right.
Like,
yes, you can.
Does anybody live in this economy these
Thank
days?
you. Thank you.
Like, come on now.
Come on, man. Come on. But hey, I say this all the time. I take the meat of the video, and we often find these folks through this out there on social, and that's what'll happen. I don't listen to the jagoffs or the noise of the idiots, because if you do, you go nuts. I also appreciate.
I know.
I appreciate your honesty.
I just love the interaction, whether it's good or bad, because at least my post is getting out there.
Right on. And I'm glad you told the story. I have been around crime and criminals and crazy videos, if you look at my page, for decades.
Right.
I can't understand the low IQ moron act of stealing wet clothes from a laundromat. I can't get it, my friend.
I never will either.
No.
Never will either.
If you see a guy on the side of the road with a clothesline selling kids' clothes, stop that man.
Yes. Yes.
Haley, you're the best. We're going to stay on it, and we've reached out to cops, and the video's out there on social, on all my pages, and thousands of folks have seen it and made ignorant comments. Hopefully it rings a bell for someone. Thanks, Haley.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're wonderful. Truth to power.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
So, furnace shutdown. This weather. This cold. Whoo! 2D folks at the door within an hour. Found the problem in 5 minutes. Fixed the problem in 20 minutes. 2D Mechanical, folks. Amazing service. Amazing expertise. And the kindness and pricing and consideration. 2D Mechanical, 412-771-4100. The best, 412-771-4100.
We're all human with the same insecurities, doubting ourselves, thinking we're not worthy or good enough, believing those negative thoughts we think. Stop! Every last one of us is good enough to be the best version of ourselves. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Come to me, and together we'll change that way of thinking. Excess pounds will come off, you'll feel and look better, and thoughts will become positive. If you want to change, just call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
Looking for the perfect holiday gift? Give your loved ones peace of mind on the road with a AAA gift membership for only $35. Stop by your local AAA branch or visit them online at AAA.com/gift. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. Through trusted relationships and national reach, CVS Health is uniquely positioned to simplify care. Learn more at cvshealth.com/investor day.
There is treatment for neuropathy. I'm Dr. Dawn Spalla. At Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine, we treat neuropathy patients daily. No drugs, no surgery, just relief. Call 724-224-2224 for a free consultation in our Sarver or Brackenridge locations.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. This year, Wreaths Across America placed over 2 million wreaths to honor veterans at cemeteries across the nation. Communications Director Amber Karen shared one story about a family she met who explained just how important this annual tradition is.
The reason why she says that Wreaths Across America matters is because when she's gone, she knows somebody will come at least once a year through Wreaths and read her son's name out loud. Say hi. And for her, that matters, so that his service is not forgotten. And it really just stuck with me. I was like, wow, I never, you don't think about those things.
Sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy, so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Social media does kind of trip me out, as the kids would say. All we do, we post a video, and she has 2 full loads of clothes, and they're $1,000 in value. And the morons, and I mean that in the nicest way, spend the next hour and a half debating on whether or not you can have $1,000 worth of clothes in a clothes dryer. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Continue picking your nose. Plucking nasal hairs with hedge clippers. Stop it. It's not the point, you jerks. Come on, man. The point is, and it's not some crime of the century. It's not the Louvre. Patrick sees it more than anyone, and my family members get all worked up. I just laugh about it. I rarely respond, and Patrick knows this when I do. That really means I'm irritated. But you have to admit, my man, it's like we post a video hoping that they'll catch this idiot and he'll stop doing it.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
And
if you haven't been shopping for clothes in
Right.
10 years, maybe
Right.
you don't understand
Thank
how quick it is to fill up a dryer with $1,000. That's not a lot of clothing.
And again, we're blessed. We had 15, 16 million people in 28 days on the site. In that 16 million, 5% of them are complete low-life scumbag, gutter trash idiots. But Patrick, they'll spend 2 hours just going back and forth at each other. What's worth $1,000 in a video, rather than trying to help find this idiot.
Yes, they'll go back and forth with inconsequential garbage to
Right.
one-up each other on how, their criticism.
It's fascinating to me that they have this much time to discuss the value of clothes and then deciding her social status. Well, who has $1,000 worth of clothes using a laundromat? So now we have to explain that.
Well, and she just told you her kids' clothes are in there, her clothes are in there, her other kids' clothes are in there,
And she's
her
moving.
boyfriend's clothes.
And the dryer broke, so shut up.
And you can put a lot of clothing in those commercial washers and dryers.
I'm with you. But they imply like I'm trying to scam some guy said this was a scam. Huh? How about the scam jagoffs? Everything to them is but that's a scam. No, sir, you're a scam.
Yeah. The scam is the idiot stealing the clothes.
Right on. Now let's talk about something magnificent regarding social media. We posted a video, and again, I'm a big boy. I'll take the heat. We post videos of folks who are drug addicted, mostly downtown, and homeless, mentally ill, drug addicted, alcoholic, all of it. We posted a video of a young man in the hypnotic state. His name is Will, as we find out. I have become friends with his father, who saw the video and called us. And quite frankly asked me, and I quote, "Please help me save my son's life." It's the truth. And he sent me videos of his son and pictures of his son, who is right now in their home, sprawled out on the floor, probably in some kind of withdrawal from drugs. And what happened is we connected William and Will. Will is the addict's son. He's extremely addicted, highly addicted to fentanyl. What are the other drugs he's taking, Patrick? I keep forgetting.
There's one that's mixed in with a lot of the street drugs, metatomidine.
And what's the
xylazine? Was the other
xylazine,
one.
the elephant tranquilizer.
Yeah, the new one is 100 to 200 times more potent than xylazine.
And so his son is addicted to this stuff, to the point where the last time he tried to go through withdrawal, he ended up on a ventilator. And when he got off the ventilator, he just walked out of the hospital, went downtown, and got high again. And my point is, that video actually provoked Dad to call me. And that's how we started this conversation and engagement, who I think is the best addiction specialist I've ever met in my life, Tom Brophy, here in Pittsburgh. He's brilliant. But on top of brilliant, he's compassionate. And Brophy said, I got to help this kid. So this morning at 9 o'clock, so what time is it? 12:25. This morning, and this is a miracle in itself that the young man came home. What happens is he gets high downtown, and it's so cold he doesn't want to sleep on the streets. He got kicked out of the shelters. So he goes home to Dad's place, and Dad lets him in, as I would with my son. And he's passed out on the floor in the basement, and he sent me pictures, which we will not post, not the point. And his son got up this morning long enough to spend an hour on the phone with Brophy, the best addiction specialist in America. I'm serious. He's brilliant. And here's what we know. Brophy reached into him and said, we can help you. We can check you into, hold on, where does he want to check him into? Just so I'm accurate here. He wants to check him into detox at Mercy Hospital. And then get him in a program that would take him 90 days to get him better. And the young man listened. And right now, they're getting him into the shower and making him some eggs. And the plan is to get him into treatment. He's deathly afraid of detoxing because at one point while he's detoxing, and the truth is that this is the most hope that William has had, his words, not mine, for his son Will in a hell of a long time. His son Will told him that 6 of his friends have died, overdose deaths in the last week or so. 6 dead bodies. That's how powerful this drug is. I don't judge. I say this. If you got your kid in rehab 99 times and on the 100th time he gets clean, God bless you. I'm in. I'm paying for it. I'm in. I have an unlimited amount of tolerance for folks who want to love their kids, because I have kids. And I love them and I would die for them, as William would for his son Will. And so right now he's making him eggs, trying to get him into the shower and get cleaned up and go to detox. And if that happens today, we're one step in, but it's a hell of a long process. But I've got to thank Dr. Tom Brophy. He took an hour of his time today and might have saved a young man's life. Might have. No, I could get a text tomorrow that he ran out of the house, went downtown, got high, and he's dead. I could. That could happen. And so I don't pray a lot. And I'm not saying, don't judge me for it. I'm just telling you, but I'm praying for this kid. Two people I'm praying for these days. That kid and my sis, Barb, who is barely hanging on. We're going to see her in a couple hours. All right?
Are you like everybody else in the world who has no idea what to get everyone for the holidays? Well, you're in luck. We got you. Hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with hands-free Skechers slip-ins, you just step into them and they're on. There's no bending down, no touching, no fuss. Plus, Skechers slip-ins come in everyone's favorite styles and colors. And you can get slip-ins everywhere stylish footwear is sold, including a Skechers store. Or if you're too busy to shop in person, just get them online at Skechers.com, Amazon, and more.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/cardfwc26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-999-3339. That's 800-999-3339. Again, that's 800-999-3339.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 40 degrees and raining at 12:30. I'm David Ballarado. A man was wounded last night in Wilkinsburg, apparently when he arrived at his home and interrupted a burglary. Allegheny County Police say the shooting was reported a few minutes before 8 p.m. at a house on the 2200 block of McNary Boulevard. First responders took the victim to the hospital in critical condition. The city of Pittsburgh's financial watchdog is calling on state lawmakers to act on property reassessment. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has the story.
Pennsylvania is widely cited as the only state without recurring reassessments. That leaves the task to individual counties, which produces infrequent and inconsistent reassessments and huge disparities between old assessments and current market values. Pittsburgh City Controller Rachel Heisler says that needs to change.
It would be really helpful if the state could just take this off the plate and handle it, and it was done on a recurring basis statewide because every other state does it.
Heisler says statewide reassessment should be mandatory every 5 or 10 years.
The idea that this hasn't happened in 12 or now 14 years, it's ridiculous.
Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
Washington County has been able to do what many counties in the state have not. They just passed a budget with no layoffs and no tax increase. Elected Janice is halfway through her first term as a county's Republican commissioner.
It's a wonderful victory. I believe everybody is thrilled because I don't know a lot of counties that can say 16 years with no tax increases, especially with the way things are in today's world. We're very fortunate in Washington County. We didn't have to do any furloughs or layoffs.
She tells KDKA Radio that she gives a lot of credit to their department heads for making cuts in other areas to ensure that the county would not have to raise taxes or cut any jobs. On Wall Street, the Dow was up 192 points, but the Nasdaq has dropped 76 points at this hour. The S&P 500 is flat. It's up about 1 3/4 of a point. KDK Radio News Time, 12:31. Our next update's at 1 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Okay, listen. The Bocce House of Pittsburgh, it is officially open. Find the Bocce House RIDC Park on Alpha Drive. Memberships, a luxury cigar lounge, league play for all skill levels. Do this. Grab some friends, enjoy delicious food, pour yourself a drink at the self-pour bar system. The fun is in your hands. The Bocce House of Pittsburgh in Fox Chapel, where great food, great drinks, and even better company meet on that bocce court. Visit theboccehouse.com for details.
Spent at least an hour yesterday with my friend Julian Grace, an elder law attorney, and we talked about estate planning, my estate with my wife, what happens to us if we pass, and a big issue as you get toward retirement age, How do you manage your IRA? Who pays the taxes? How do you pay the taxes? I mean, this is stuff you need to know, man. What do you do if somebody gets a settlement in your family and they're on Medicaid? How does that affect that payment? I mean, important stuff, man. Reverse mortgage. If you're a senior and you need money, is that a good thing? Julian Gray is the man. Gray Elder Law, estate planning, financial management as you get older. How do you pay for nursing care without spending all of your money? Great stuff. GrayElderLaw.com. He's helped my family and everyone I know tremendously. GrayElderLaw.com. Amazing.
Already dreaming of your big summer 2026 family trip? The best homes are booking up right now. Oceanfront beach houses in the Outer Banks, sprawling lake houses in Deep Creek, and family fun condos in Myrtle Beach. When you book your dream home directly with SWAC Vacations, you not only get your first choice of dates, you save up to 15% compared to the big travel sites. Lock in your perfect summer getaway. Lock in your savings now. Get the house you want, the price you deserve. SWACK, SWACvacations.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, America's largest family law firm. During this time of year, difficult relationships sometimes become impossible. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Come with me to get my Invisalign. They walked me through everything I needed to know. How long it'll take, how it works, and what to expect. Then it was time for the real part. They put on the attachments, they blend in with my teeth, they help the aligners grip your teeth and move them the right way. It felt a little weird at first, but honestly, not bad at all. They popped in my first set of aligners, showed me how to take them out, and that was it. I'm officially part of the Invisalign Club. I even wore them at a football game, super comfortable and easy to talk with. For someone who's always filming on the sidelines or covering sports nonstop, this fits my lifestyle perfectly.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Intermittent rain and windy for the rest of today, with temperatures slowly slipping back into the 30s. Breezy and colder tonight, a bit of snow early, then some flurries. There can be a coating to an inch in places, enough to make things slippery, the low 22. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Luxury shopping is made simple and, might I say, enjoyable at Larimor's. Unmatched style, first-class service, complimentary tailoring, and a curated collection of gifts that always makes the right impressions. That's Larimor's, downtown, open Sundays 11 to 4.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Okay, here we go. It's a Wednesday, halfway through the week. We can have a good show, Margot? Of course. All right, of course. 2 to 6 right here, KDKA.
The dramatic scenario played out with this young man I'm talking about, his father, is played out hundreds of thousands of times every day on the streets of America, with over 100,000 deaths from overdoses from these drugs last year alone. And what we're trying to prevent is one more death, and that would be the death of William's son. William's on the line. It's a harrowing situation, is it not, sir? It drives you crazy, doesn't it?
You ain't kidding, Marty. It sure does. I'm trying to corral him to get him in the shower. I just made him some eggs, and I want to get him into detox. I mean, he promised me yesterday he'd go, so we'll see. I don't think he's anticipating some, like I said before, soft landing. But, I spoke with Dr. Brothy earlier today, and, that's not exactly how it is. They'll prevent him from having seizures, between barbital and stuff, but he still has to put in the work. And these people have to be willing to go. They can't be forced.
You mentioned Brophy. You were on the phone with him for an hour with your son.
Yeah, he gave me an hour of his time.
How did it go?
Nice.
How did it go?
Good. Yeah, he's a really nice man. Certainly knows a lot.
Did your son buy into it? Could you tell?
You know, not really. I mean, he's in a dazed state. You know, it's like yeah, and you know, did he buy into it? I don't know. He might just go because I'm not giving him any options. But
God bless you.
We'll see. I don't know.
Hey, does he look you in the eye and tell you, Dad, I want to live?
No, he hasn't exactly said those words, but he doesn't know how to get off of this stuff. I mean,
yeah.
He says he's going to have seizures. His kidneys are going to shut down. I don't know if that's true or not. Although when he was in the hospital when he had the seizure and they put him on a ventilator. So, you know, I don't know. It's serious stuff getting off.
Hell yeah. We can't diminish that. You mentioned to me that you did that he listened to a segment of our program. What happened?
Oh, yeah. Well, he did. He laughed. He said something about the food truck analogy with that, but he said, "Yeah, that's how it is down there." So,
self-serve, available to everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. And he said, if you go on that show again talking about me, I'm going to snap. He said. He just told me that a few minutes ago. I said, I really don't care. I'm glad somebody's talking about it.
Hey, we love him and want to help. We want to save one life. It starts with one, doesn't it, sir?
Right. Yeah, you're right, Marty. And you've been very nice. I appreciate it.
Anything you need, man. I just want to touch base. Get back to your boys. A lot more important than this little show. Thank you, my man.
All right. Thanks, Marty.
All right, buddy. Let's hope for the best. I have no idea what that's like. I just don't. I've seen a lot of addiction. I've done at least 15 interventions. And I've seen folks. I had a really close friend in Dallas who was a crack head. True story. He was a television star. In fact, he did a documentary called TV Junkie. It was his breakout documentary about his life smoking crack. He was $1 million plus a year reporter on a show called Inside Edition. Search his name, Rick Kirkham. He taped himself smoking crack in front of his son, hitting his wife, all of it. And he relapsed 100 times at least. He came to my house to shoot me in the chest with a gun once because I was giving his wife money to buy food. I've seen it, man. I called to check in on Rick Kirkham. He wouldn't mind me using his name. It's all public. It's all public. He actually had to leave the country because he has warrants. I think he lives in Norway now. Blew up his whole life over crack. And if you saw him, looks like he died 15 years ago. He looks horrific from crack. And he ruined his life, destroyed his life. So he checks into rehab on a Friday night. Saturday morning I call. Can I please speak to Mr. Kirkham? He's gone, Mr. Griffin. Walked out. And all you folks that judge say they make choices and you have choices, okay. I am not in the business of trying to swing your vote on how powerful addiction is. Alcohol is just as bad. I have family members that have neuropathy so bad, not immediate family, that had neuropathy so bad from alcohol they can't walk. They have no feeling, yet they still drink. There was a big TV star in Dallas named Chip Moody. He's dead. Massive star, alcoholic. He was dying in the hospital, going through rehab, trying to save his own life. Kidney failure, liver failure, all of it. And we went to see him, and he was outside in a wheelchair drinking a glass of whiskey. Alcohol is just as bad. Yeah. It's addiction, and it's frightening, and it's horrifying, and it's powerful as hell. And it's why we post those videos downtown, because at least a dozen times we've had family members, spouses, friends, loved ones find their family member through those videos. And I know many of you find them obnoxious and abusive and say I do it for clicks. It ain't about clicks. It's drawing attention to a nightmare. And it's making a damn difference. The next major effort we will undertake, arresting the dealers downtown. If these addicts tell me, and they do, that there's a handful of dealers that supply all the junkies downtown, then why won't Pittsburgh police arrest those dealers? And there are 1,000 different reasons, but I promise you this, we have a new police chief. His name is Lando. He's a fabulous guy. He loves this town. His background is in this area, drug enforcement, law and order. And I promise you this, the new downtown Pittsburgh, with this new focus on, number one, a stronger, larger police department. Number two, a stronger mentally and physically more able police department with more support internally. I promise you this, there won't be drug dealers dealing open fentanyl in the marketplace in Pittsburgh downtown. One more thing. I interviewed a young man downtown on the street. He'd been arrested 240 some times, okay? Everybody made light of it. How dare you do this to him? His brother found him. His brother saw the video. His brother reached out. He'd been arrested 240 times. I wondered where he's been. His brother reached out to tell me thank you. And I don't want awards. I'm not trying to get credit. I'm telling you why we do this. And I have messages from his brother in the last couple days. We got him into the program for the first time in his life. Maybe this time he'll listen. Maybe he will live. Hope. One addict at a time.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hey folks, Marty here, Voss TV and Appliance. You'll find the best prices and selection, name brand TVs and appliances. Third generation family business that's built on relationships, not commissions. From sales, installation at Voss, Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out. They won't leave you hanging after the sale. Visit Voss, South Hill Showroom, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. The best prices guaranteed.
Spend Christmas with actress and singer Alicia Witt. Coming to Jurgles December 15th. The classically trained and award-winning pianist performs songs from her full-length Christmas album, I Think I'm Spending Christmas With You. Broadway World says this is a voice to treasure. Don't miss Alicia Witt at Jurgles December 15th. Advance tickets on sale now at Jurgles.com. Another Drusky Entertainment event.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, Goodrich & Geist.
It's a Pittsburgh holiday tradition. The Feast of the Seven Fishes broadcast on KDKA. Rob Pratt broadcasts live from Coons Market on McKnight Road from 5:30 a.m. till 1 p.m. Christmas Eve with special guests, special memories, and more. Presented to you by Rome Monuments, Coons Quality Foods, and brought to you by Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh, AAA Travel, Ricci's Sausage, Anthony Jr.'s Pizzeria and Restaurant in Coriopolis, Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, and Delulus Law. on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, folks, it's Marty Griffin. This is important stuff. Health insurance options. You got to talk to my friends at MediConnect. They're changing the game in health insurance. Individual coverage to Medicare. They ensure that you get the most while paying the least. I've seen it. They connect you with all the insurance options in our area. Their loyalties lie with you. Their services are free. Don't call the carrier. Call MediConnect. 888-818-6334. Please, tell them Marty sent you.
When it comes to affordable term life insurance, everyone's whistling the Big Lou tune. If you're over 50, maybe a bit porky, or have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost about $200 a month. Even if you're not in perfect health, call Big Lou, because he's special.
Visit BigLou.com.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Wall Street is buzzing over the Federal Reserve's decision coming at 2 p.m. Wall Street time on interest rates. Another modest cut of 0.25% is expected. It would be the third rate cut in as many meetings. Also in focus, the Fed's outlook for rates in 2026. And with that, stocks are mostly higher this hour. The Dow up 0.4%, the Nasdaq 0.3% lower. The S&P is essentially flat. Shares of the power generation giant GE Vernova up 13% thanks to blowout demand for electricity to power AI data centers. It also doubled its shareholder dividend and boosted a share buyback program to $10 billion. The owner of the Boston Celtics, Rob Hale, donating $100 million to Boston's Children's Hospital to fund mental health services for kids. And Grubhub out with its list of the most ordered foods for 2025, says people wanted more meals that boosted energy, supported gut health, and had protein. That meant more orders for beans, canned fish, chicken nuggets, and strips. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I get a bunch of emails with folks who need stuff, and a woman sent me a note. This is the dilemma that's happening for folks. She sent me a note that she's a mother of 4, single mom, and needs an $8,000 furnace. I'm sorry, family of 4. 3 kids, 2 dogs, barely making ends meet. I work full-time at a local Giant Eagle pharmacy. I love those folks. Their furnace broke yesterday. It's $8,000 to replace the furnace. My thing is, I do not qualify for LIHEAP or any other assistance because I make just a pinch too much, but I still struggle. This is what we see all the time. You're kind of barely above water. You're kind of choking a little bit, but not enough to drown. And so what happens is this agency says, nah, you're not quite poor enough, honestly. And so then you're screwed. And so here's a young woman. They have 3 kids, 2 dogs, and she works at Giant Eagle Pharmacy, which is a wonderful place. And I know a bunch of people that work there because I'm there all the time picking up scripts. But what happens is, and we've gone down this road, most American families don't have $1,000, period, for an emergency. Do you? Anyone? Do you have $1,000 today, right now? If someone said, I need $1,000 for this emergency. And as my guys, Ken Baker, world's greatest plumber, let's say you had a water leak today. Your water line burst because it was too cold. It's going to be 10 degrees on Monday, by the way. 10 degrees. Just to get the plumber to your house, just to go, is $350. Now, if they have to do any work, you're up to $700. It could be $1,000. And so then this woman here, she probably makes just a little too much money to get LIHEAP and isn't poor enough. But she works her tail off, and she's trying to keep her family going. And I told her, I sent her a note, I said, it's real tough to get a furnace for someone. It just is. Now, I mean, $8,000. Who has it? Anyone? Now, what they'll tell you is, if you have good credit, we might finance you to buy a furnace for $8,000. But all that does is put you deeper in. And most Americans, most families don't have $8,000 for a furnace, man. They just don't. Or a roof. A roof can be $14,000, $15,000 higher. Most Americans don't have $1,500. And so we're also we're always pushed into this box where folks need help. So what I did, and we'll talk to him tomorrow, is I sent all of her stuff to the folks at Tootie because they have this great program where they give away a bunch of Heat for the Needy, they call it. And in January, in one day, and we'll talk to them live tomorrow, I'll go out with Patrick and we'll put 15, sometimes 20 furnaces into homes for free. And oftentimes, these are folks that haven't had heat in a year, sometimes two, if you can imagine. And they live with these sketchy space heaters. Sometimes they leave the gas on. Sometimes they open the oven. And we found one woman in the rocks, had a chair in her kitchen with the oven door open and was sleeping in front of the oven. That's where she was. And so there's this dramatic need. For me, on a personal level, it's very, very difficult to not be able to just say, yes, ma'am, we'll install that furnace tomorrow. But there aren't enough furnaces for all the need, and it's tough. But, and a lot of folks, they feel ashamed. They're afraid to even ask. And I get it. They got pride. She's working her tail off. Most families in Allegheny County with two incomes make less than $90,000. That does not afford you the opportunity to buy a furnace for $8,000. You just can't. My man Dave, who knows this stuff, wholesale furnace is around $4,000. It's labor and et cetera that gets it to around $8,000. That makes sense. It makes sense. Over the years, with Bob Tootie and Tootie Mechanical, we have been part of installing, pushing 500 of furnaces into homes free. And the truth is, you could put 5,000 in. If you recall, Chad Quinn from the Dollar Energy Fund yesterday, and I saw this on CBS this morning, natural gas prices are up 36%, electric's up 20%. They had to help 5,600 people last month pay their utility bills to keep their utilities on. The highest number in the history of that business, in the history. It's a rough time. It's a rough year. It's getting cold, which means it's going to get rougher.
To us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Presented by Duquesne Light Company. Larger than light. Online and on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas. The perfect place for mom.
Hey, it's Sam.
And I'm Calvin.
With Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. When we started out, we were building decks out of the back of our pickup trucks, and Grandma's garage was HQ.
We didn't have much, but we had family, and a promise to do things the family way.
We saw way too many contractors cutting corners and treating their clients terribly, so we built Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks on honesty, craftsmanship, and always doing right by the client.
We've grown a lot since Grandma's garage, but those values haven't changed. Call the Cousins.
Hi, this is Jack Bogut. Remember Papa J's, that great Italian restaurant in Carnegie that burned down a few years ago? That left a big hole in the lives of a lot of us because Papa J's was a legendary gathering place for family and friends. And then it was gone. Well, the great news is that Papa J's is back, now located in the Strip District on Smallman Street in front of St. Stan's Catholic Church. Papa J's. Wonderful food still made from scratch, like fried zucchini with marinara, greens and beans, street pizza, handmade pasta with sauces that make you smile, chicken parm, veal scallopini, fresh fish, and now the Troiani family's homemade gelato. Yes, Papa J's is back on Smallman Street in the Strip in front of St. Stan's Catholic Church. Open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. Papa J's is back.
Great news, Nick. Legacy boxes are still in stock. With Christmas just around the corner, there's still time to buy the best Christmas gift ever. Legacy Box.
That's right, Adam. Order today and Legacy Box ships immediately. It'll arrive ready to wrap and place under the tree.
Gather the family together this Christmas and collect all your old VHS and camcorder tapes, slides, pictures, and film reels. Then you can binge on the good old days.
From fading over time to risks like fire and water damage, your memories aren't protected unless they're on a digital format. Legacy Box helps you replay those great moments from the past, from Christmas morning to your wedding day.
Legacy Box is the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos. All the work is done right here in the USA, and over 1 million customers have trusted Legacy Box.
This Christmas is the time to digitize. Visit legacybox.com/value for exclusive holiday savings. That's legacybox.com/value for last-minute shopping. legacybox.com/value.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 40 degrees at 1 o'clock. I'm David Colorado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. Duquesne Light has been making progress bringing customers back online following the high winds that left about 1,000 customers without power at one point. At this hour, about 400 customers are without service. The bulk of those are in Pittsburgh, but there are also a few outages reported in New Kensington, as well as one in Carnegie. Police in West Mifflin are asking for help in identifying a group of males involved in an aggravated assault at a local Taco Bell. Officials say the incident happened between 4:45 and 5:15 this morning. The victim of the assault had to be taken to an emergency room to be treated for multiple injuries. You can see the photos at kdkaradio.com. A change in leadership is ahead for Westmoreland County's airports as the person who steered decades of growth prepares to take off. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Brush has that story.
After 43 years with the Westmoreland County Airport Authority and nearly 2 decades leading it, Executive Director Gabe Monzo tells KDKA Radio he will retire next year.
You don't hear a lot of people spending over 40 years of their establishment. I was a kid when I started here, and now I'm 70 years old and seen a lot. Done a lot, certainly very gratifying career in aviation, and I think it's time for me to move on.
Looking back on his career, he says there are a few standout moments of his time leading the organization.
Watching the airport grow and dealing with people.
Monzo's official retirement date is April 30th, but he plans to stay on part-time as a consultant to help with the transition. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
In just a few weeks, Bob Macy will be leaving Allegheny County Council, becoming the second longest-serving member in the history of Council, almost 19 years. He tells the Big K Morning Show that he'll miss serving the county.
I can remember my first day on county council. It just seems like yesterday, but it's amazing. 19 years have gone by, and I'm very proud of my service and also proud of my colleagues as well as the staff in county council.
A third judge has ruled that grand jury transcripts from Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking case can be made public. The Justice Department has requested to unseal material from those investigations. District Judge Richard Berman reversed his earlier decision to keep the material secret, using a new law that requires the government to open the files on Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Here's CBS's Scott McFarland.
No one knows how they're going to do this. It's got to be released in a searchable form for the public under this federal law, but it very well could be a drip, piecemeal thing done incrementally over time. There's no reason to believe they throw everything down at the same moment, though that would make it more difficult for the public to search, whether that's something people desire or not.
On Wall Street at this hour, waiting for the Fed, the Dow is up 221 points, but the NASDAQ is down 46. The S&P 500 is up about 8 points. KDKA Sports and College Basketball. Duquesne is at Boise State tonight. KDK Radio News Time 1:03. Right now around the Pittsburgh area, it remains cloudy, light rain in some places, and it's currently 40 degrees. The AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.
I'm with Rocco Florio from Air Pro Heating and Cooling with great news.
Air Pro and Bryant are now offering the $1,000 rebate program. Buy a furnace, take $1,000 off. Add a central air conditioning system, take another $1,000 off. That's $2,000 savings.
Plus up to 60 months interest-free financing or low 3.9% interest subject to credit approval. So call someone you know. Call Air Pro Heating and Cooling at 800-749-0642. Bryant, whatever it takes.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-608-0955. 800-608-0955. 800-608-0955.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Cloudy and windy with intermittent rain for the balance of our Wednesday. Temperatures will slowly fall back to the 30s. Breezy and colder tonight. A bit of snow early, followed by some flurries late. Look for a coating to an inch of snow to accumulate, enough to make things slippery, the low 22. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
A lot of folks talking money in Pittsburgh. It makes sense because it's really important. Barb Warwick threw out the possibility of and proposed a 30% tax increase for the city. Mixed reviews at best. I haven't spoke to one person that would support it. In fact, the city controller, Rachel Heisler, dropped a bomb on us here this morning saying not only will she not support it, but it's against any city ordinance right now. In other words, she can't do that within the ordinance of the city of Pittsburgh. Not saying it's against the law. That would be wrong. But that it's not appropriate right now, and it would not follow along with city ordinance. Listen to Rachel Heisler. So I heard one of our news anchors, and I want some clarity here, suggesting that you kind of sort of support Barbara Warwick's notion of a 30% tax increase. Is that accurate, Rachel?
No,
Okay.
The proposal is in violation of the city code. Sorry, I'm trying to get square on the screen. We cannot certify revenue that's in violation of city code. The budget cannot deviate more than 2% from what was presented a month ago. The mayor's budget address was, I think, a month ago today. And the budget can't deviate by more than 2%. So what we need to do is really get serious
I'm going to stop you there.
now.
So her proposal would be illegal.
Illegal wouldn't be the word I would use, but it is not compliant with city code. So I do think that we need all options on the table. I think everybody needs to really get serious with where we are right now. And we need to be honest about where city finances are. We got a huge influx of cash in 2021. And, I have said for the last 2 years that we should have been a lot more prudent and fiscally responsible with it and done things like you or I probably would have done with our home, like pay off our mortgage and pay off our car loans. And that's not what we did. And now we have to put on a new roof on our house and pay off our car. But the reality is this is the financial situation we're in. But no, the 30% tax increase on property in the city of Pittsburgh is not going to happen. But we need folks on city council and in the mayor's office to be serious and honest with city residents about what the financial situation is headed into 2026.
So if they do want to raise revenue, how do they do that within city code?
So they would have to vote on a millage increase. The percentage is going to be negotiated at the table at City Council, and that's up to them. There are 9 members of City Council that they have to negotiate and have those conversations. And they should have started it a month ago, and here we are 4 weeks later, and the deliberations started. They didn't even discuss it yesterday. So we really need to get the ball rolling. I'm going to keep talking about the seriousness of the situation we're in and try to instigate conversation that way, because we cannot delay these conversations.
City Controller Rachel Heisler joining us. Some council members have floated this idea of either freezing departmental budgets or cutting them by 5%. Will that cut it, get us to a point where we can operate fiscally appropriately?
Well, I mean, do you want to cut the police budget by 5%? I would argue that we need more police officers.
Right on.
There are really difficult conversations, right? I think we need to tighten our belts where we can, and we need to look at every single line in the budget and evaluate whether or not it is absolutely necessary moving into 2026. That is the conversation we should be having. But there are going to be landslides next year, and we need to make sure we've budgeted for landslide remediation. This government has 2 core responsibilities: keeping people safe and keeping things clean. And a lot of city government does that, does work on those 2 core functions, but we need to, excuse me.
Okay.
We need to make sure that we're working on those 2 core things, right? And anything that isn't necessary next year, we need to perhaps consider delaying until 2027 or 2028. But the reality is, these are hard conversations, but they need to start happening. And we need to be serious about what the situation looks like with the public.
Is part of the challenge that Mayor Gainey is on the way out and O'Connor's on the way in, and so there's kind of a bit of a leadership issue going on because the new person's not here to say, here's the direction I want to go?
I've never been here during a transition in this current role, so I can't really speak to the dynamics. And I am just trying to be as honest as I possibly can about the circumstance as I see them. But what we need to do is just be serious. The folks who are on City Council, 8 of the 9 members are moving forward and will be sworn in again in 4 of them will be sworn in again in January. I'm going to be here next year. We just need to be honest with the public. And I appreciate that there is certainly a leadership change that will be coming, but that's almost beside the point from where I stand, because, city residents are city residents, and they deserve to be served by the people who work in this building on December 31st or on January 5th or whenever. And we really just need to be honest about where things are.
There's even a discussion of going back into this Act 47. Yes? No? Could that happen?
I do not think it is necessary. I think we can avoid it, but it requires leadership and honesty.
What have your conversations been with Corey O'Connor along the lines of what you're talking about? Necessary conversations about a serious effort to cut and be more efficient and raise revenue from outside sources. Have you had those talks?
My conversations with the mayor-elect have been, focused primarily on economic growth. He's, focused on building his team moving into 2026 and building his operation. My focus is on making sure the city stays financially solvent. We are 2 distinct and separate offices in the city. He's got an office to run and I have an office to run, and I'm continuing to do my job.
I get sent inside info from folks in departments folks in public safety with 21% raises, a guy driving a truck in public works, the fleet manager making $110,000 who has no fleet. Doesn't that need to be scrutinized too, that sort of thing,
Yes.
Rachel?
Yes. Everything needs to be evaluated. And I think, the problem with waiting until the 11th hour is that all of these choices seem like they're absolutely urgent.
Yep.
I tried to start this conversation 85 days into my term as city controller. And here we are more than a year and a half later. I don't like to Monday morning quarterback, but I will just say that this is not a surprise.
Hell no.
The financial situation we're in was totally and completely predictable. Even in the budget that was presented in 2023 for the 2024 fiscal year, calendar year, predicted this situation we're in. And we knew that this was coming, and we need to have those conversations. We need to figure out how to grow while also figuring out how to do cost containment. And those things can happen simultaneously. We can do hard things, and we just need to get it done.
Very difficult for a city to appear attractive to new business when all folks hear is tax increase, tax increase, tax increase. Yeah. Yes? Right?
Yes. Yeah. And we are in a great, I would argue that we have an opportunity in 2026 to really showcase Pittsburgh.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
All eyes are going to be on Western Pennsylvania that last weekend in April. There's a lot of really cool and great stuff happening in Pittsburgh. And we need to make sure we're showing it off, and we're doing things that grow our economy. And we need to make sure it's inclusive. We need to make sure it's fair and equitable. But at the same time, we need to make sure we're actually doing it, and we're not focused on, how to manage decline. And we need to get it, pull it together.
So does this start with the mayor and council coming up with a more realistic budget? Is that part of what's going on?
I don't know what's happening, candidly, behind closed doors. I'm trying to just instigate, movement more broadly. Like, we need to have these conversations with the public.
Let's cut to the chase. Was Gainey's budget irresponsible? Was it a lie?
Yes. It was not an honest document. It intentionally deflated expenditures in 2026 and then the out years to make it to get to balance on paper. And from my perspective, that is very irresponsible, because you're presenting a picture that is not accurate to the public. And it left council with a really difficult decisions to make. And, I wish spending priorities had been different over the course of the last 4 years, particularly as it relates to the American Rescue Plan Act. We should have been investing those resources into fleet, into capital assets like our public safety buildings across the city, but that's not what we did. Here we are, and we need to make sure that moving forward, we're making smarter choices.
Rachel Heisler, City Controller, awesome. Truth to power. Thank you. Appreciate it. In this town, in the political world, she's a rock star. Flat out headliner. Boom. My insider next.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The holidays were tricky for the Colonel. He loved people, but he also loved peace and quiet. So he cooked up KFC's $4.99 chicken pot pie. Warm, flaky, with savory sauce and vegetables. It's a tender chicken-filled excuse to get some time to yourself and step away from decking the halls, whatever that means. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. KFC's Chicken Pot Pie. The best $4.99 you'll spend this season.
Prices and participation may vary while supplies last. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Selling your home, it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. Or you could work with the expertise of a realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
When Christmas comes a-rockin', Luminar Christmas, Mistletoe Madness Tour 2025, Christmas Amplified. The ultimate holiday rock concert. Timeless Christmas classics mixed with all new favorites, sure to warm the hearts and illuminate the senses. Luminar, the new high-energy rock tradition. December 16th, Carnegie Music Hall of Homestead. For tickets, VIP packages, and more, visit librarymusichall.com or luminarchristmas.com. Produced by Drusky Entertainment.
Cancer is a war. It's the truth. I don't know that my sister Barb would be alive. She's battling pancreatic cancer. I don't know that she'd be alive if it wasn't for the folks in that team at UPMC. I just don't. The care, the concern, the different medicines, the different procedures, the different trials to keep her alive. It's magnificent. I saw the same thing with myself and so many others. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information.
Is your home ready for the holidays? Beat the holiday rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. Spots are filling up fast, so don't wait. Lock in yours today at ZeroResPGH.com. Happy holidays from everyone at Zero Res.
Hey, Colin Dunlap here to thank Nick and Larry at Boulevard Glass and Metal for supporting my broadcast to raise money for Children's Hospital Free Care Fund. Regardless of a family's ability to pay, every child will have access to the care and treatment that they need. Thank you, Boulevard Glass and Metal.
UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information. I live it every day.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
What kind of blew my mind was when Rachel said that silly idea of a 30% tax increase is against city ordinance. But it did not shock my boy Jim E., because he knows this terrain. But she was speaking the truth, wasn't she, brother?
Yes, she was. But what's interesting in terms of what's illegal and what's against the code, I find interesting, because when I was with the county, there were things that were against the code that somebody just makes a motion and they change the code. So,
but
if they really want to do it,
my man, at least she's calling BS, right?
Oh, absolutely. She's a rock star.
Come on, man. Give me your take of all this. This is the big charade, isn't it, brother?
Yes, I think so. And what's going to happen here?
Yeah.
These are like in mythology, the people spinning the web. They're going to spin the narrative so that they could sell it to the public, and then the big shots get behind it, elected officials, and say, oh, yeah, we couldn't do anything else. Just like in the county, they lied.
This is why I love him. This is why I love my man. Because he was right the first time. He's going to be right this time. So they started out the last time with this idiotic, we're going to have to raise taxes 50%. And then they said, you know what, folks, we love you so much, we're only going 36. They're going to try and play us, aren't they?
Yeah, just like in the county. Now they come back and say, hey, guess what? We're so great, we're not going to raise your taxes because we're giving back half the stuff we stole off you last year.
Right.
I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah, it is. So what troubles me, a couple things. So, you know, I get information all day long. And a bunch of internal city people were sending me notes now, there are folks in public safety getting 21% raises. There's a supervisor making $110,000 in public works to supervise a fleet he doesn't have. My question to you, and you're a straight shooter and you know this town, does Corey have the you-know-whats to go and say, this goes, you go, get the hell out of here, in a nice way? Does he have the chutzpah to do that?
I haven't seen any indication that he has the stomach for this.
I don't know. I can't.
I mean, I go back to Pete Flaherty.
Hold on. It takes stomach, though, doesn't it, brother? It does.
It does. You got to be like Pete Flaherty was. This is the way it is, folks. And he should be in front of this right now, because if anything, council and the people of this city need leadership. Not when you get sworn in. Don't be running around the city shaking everyone's hands and going to parties. You should be on the podium
so
right
hold on.
now.
Help me with some history. This is why I love my man has a great mind for this. My father loved Flaherty, but I was too young to even know. What was it that Flaherty did that worked? How did he do that? And was the city in crisis when he did it?
The city was in crisis. And what Flaherty did at the time was he took the budget and he went into it himself, and he cut out what wasn't needed. Take, for instance, the public safety department. We never had a public safety department in this city for 100 years.
That's a great observation.
The police chief, the fire chief, the EMS chief reported directly to the mayor.
So hold on.
This was
So
something
eliminate
that they-
all those middle guys, those middle managing, pencil pushing, $109,000 guys. What you're saying?
Those were positions and things over the years that were put in there so they could take care of the guys they wanted to take care of. What do you look? If there's an event, an emergency event, why does the police chief got to go to the public safety and then the public safety go to the mayor?
Nice.
Go right to the mayor. Millions and millions of dollars. If you look at, in fact, when I look at the county and the city departments, I never even heard of the stuff they created. Whatever just happened to public safety, public works, engineering. I mean, they're just all these feel-good things because they had the money to do them. Well, they don't have the money to do them anymore.
Hey, my man.
So they're going to try.
The message it sends to me: if you throw all these taxes at us, Pittsburgh is not a place where I want to start a business, right?
No, if I'm going to look to buy a house and I look at a beat-down front, I'm not even going to go in the house.
Right on.
If you're a developer and you're like, wow, I got to pay all these taxes. If you're a person who, like, for instance, the gentleman that's just going to buy the golf building, let's say I'm going to rent 5,000 units.
Aaron Stauber.
Yeah. What? Now, he has to think to himself, if I'm going to need to rent out 5,000 units, why would people want to come rent here when they could go into Washington County or Westmoreland and pay half of that? I mean, it's ridiculous. The effect and the trickle-down effect here is magnanimous. And what they don't realize is because of their lack of leadership, they're creating a bigger problem because that's leading to the value of the properties. It's ridiculous.
Taxes and
we need a leader.
Taxes and permits. One of my boys, who's a developer, and all of them. I have a bunch of friends that have tens of millions of dollars worth of properties in Pittsburgh. And my man, they tell me it takes 2 to 3 years to get one friggin' house to rehab. What the hell's that? It should take 10 to 15 minutes.
And it's interesting, too, because one of my closest, dearest friends I grew up with is a multi-million-dollar developer. And he says to me, I need to pull out of the rest of the city that I have because I can't deal with these permit offices.
Wow.
It's just a nightmare. You never had this problem when I was there. Everybody worked together, and it's just, I don't know, not to mention all the people that are being put in office in here that don't have any experience.
Why don't they listen to someone like Heisler and just follow her lead? She's actuarial.
Do you know why they don't listen to her?
No, I don't.
I could tell you right now because they don't want her to be more powerful than them politically.
Right on.
That's why.
That's right.
She's a rising star. They don't want her to be the leader.
Right on. She's a leader.
She
ain't taking my job.
See that, and this is the saddest part about politics.
Oh,
and I've seen mayors since Methuselah. There's inside baseball. There's inside baseball that the public never sees. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled is he don't exist. There's things that I know that if I told the public, they'd look at me like I was crazy because they wouldn't believe it.
Well, you are kind of crazy. That's why I love you, actually. You're one of my favorite people on earth.
Well, thank you. I've been in rooms where I've watched them get into personal stuff where they've put the city or the county in harm's way just because I hate you. I'll give you a great example if I could.
I believe that.
Sheriff Kuhn and Tom Forster hated each other.
Old school.
Okay, Tom Forster wanted control of the police, but he couldn't control the sheriff. So you know what he did?
No.
He told him to go to hell and created his own county police department.
Is that how we ended up with county police?
That's how we have because Kuhn and Forster hated each other. So they spent $30 million so he could wiggle his ears and tell Kuhn, I don't need you, I got my own police department. That's the truth.
My man. You're on fire, brother.
That's the kind of stuff.
Thanks, my man.
That's the kind of stuff that's going on. And there's a lot of personalities out here.
I'm done. We're done. We're done. I love you.
Well, we're not in good shape.
Keep going, my man. Thanks, brother.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Truth to power.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
Folds of Honor has been meeting sacrifice with hope since 2019 in Western Pennsylvania. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making the recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal as well as a 4 out of 4 stars ranking on Charity Navigator. You can become a Folds of Honor wingman today at westernpa.foldsofonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 40 degrees at 1:30. I'm David Colorado. The Federal Reserve is expected to announce an interest rate cut this afternoon. Inflation is still above the Fed's 2% target, but officials are split whether high inflation or a slowing job market is more of a threat to the U.S. economy. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
So we're expecting a quarter-point cut. This would be the third straight run in a row and the third for the year overall. So that's kind of baked into the market already. I think where you're going to see the fireworks is going to be in the press conference. This meeting, every 2 meetings, we get updated economic projections, and that will tell us where the Fed thinks inflation is going, unemployment is going, the labor market. What do they see as the bigger issue?
After more than 43 years with the Westmoreland County Airport Authority, Executive Director Gabe Monzo is preparing to retire. And he tells KDKA Radio that one of the accomplishments he's most proud of is the $28 million terminal expansion project that finally took off after the pandemic.
When we had a single check-in line and everybody standing on top of each other trying to get through the check-in line, it was very evident that we needed to make a change. TSA told us, hey, we don't have enough room to operate in the terminal building we're in now, and if you want to continue doing this, you're going to have to consider expanding the facility.
Monzo steps down at the end of April. No successor has been named, and county commissioners will take the lead in searching for the next executive director. On Wall Street at this hour, waiting for the Fed, we see the market is mixed. The Dow is currently higher. It's up 194 points, but the Nasdaq is down 96 points. On a percentage basis, one is up as much as the other is down, and the S&P 500 is currently flat. It's down a fraction of 1 point. KDK Radio News Time, 1:32. Our next update's at 2 o'clock. I'm David Colorado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-941-2255. That's 800-941-2255.
Hi, this is Jack Bogut. Remember Papa J's, that great Italian restaurant in Carnegie that burned down a few years ago? That left a big hole in the lives of a lot of us because Papa J's was a legendary gathering place for family and friends. And then it was gone. Well, the great news is that Papa J's is back. Now located in the Strip District on Smallman Street in front of St. Stan's Catholic Church. Papa J's. Wonderful food still made from scratch, like fried zucchini with marinara, greens and beans, street pizza, handmade pasta with sauces that make you smile, chicken parm, veal scallopini, fresh fish, and now the Troiani family's homemade gelato. Yes, Papa J's is back on Smallman Street in the Strip in front of St. Stan's Catholic Church. Open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. Papa J's is back.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-200-1966. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-200-1966. That's 800-200-1966 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Cloudy and rather windy the rest of today with intermittent rain. Temperatures will slowly fall back into the 30s. Breezy and colder tonight. A bit of snow early, then some flurries. There can be a coating to an inch of snow in places. Untreated surfaces will become slippery, the low 22. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Oakmont Bakery. Oakmont Bakery is now taking orders for Christmas until December 16th. Visit online at oakmontbakery.com or stop in to check out this charming holiday wonderland. And remember, at Oakmont Bakery, we believe in delicious memories.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
You know what a star sounds like? Honestly, this is what a star sounds like. Listen, this is cool. Listen. Ready? Love this. Spectacular. I'm serious, man. The best. Really cool. Honestly, insanely good voice.
You're the best, Marty.
All right, almost back. Oh, that's enough.
We're great.
It's Mary Hours.
Great.
She joins us live.
Oh,
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
That is so cool.
I never know what you're going to do.
That is so. Neither does my wife. Welcome to the show. My life is a show.
So fun.
Hey,
I love it. I love it.
Let me say this, and I mean this, and you know I don't BS people. You have this gift of loving the moment. And here's what you do that's really unique, and I mean this, and I tell Christine this. You share the moment with the people around you. And so your kids are on the stage with you, and they're like, oh, I'm joyful too. How important is that to you, Mary, to share the moment?
It's so important. And right before that wasn't the plan for them to come up, but my daughter, she came early with me to rehearse, and she asked me quietly, she was like, Mom, would it be okay if I came up on stage and dance? And I was like, I don't know, let me ask. So I did, I asked, and they were like, yeah, for sure. She goes, okay, just give me like a little nudge and I'll come up. And then I was like, oh no, my son is going to want to come up too maybe. I was like, but I don't know. He's out there the whole time dancing in the front row. So I literally asked, I was like, okay, I need some helpers to come on stage. Vivi, Wally, you want to come up? And Wally's face, he was like, yes. Like I was, oh my gosh, I couldn't hear. So that was the best, that was the most behaved
so
they
cool.
have ever been.
Where was that? Mary, where was that? I apologize for not knowing that.
That was the Holly Jolly Christmas concert, and they do it every year. Next year it'll be on December 5th. It's at Hopewell High School, and David Buffalini, he puts it on, and it benefits the library, the B.F. Jones Memorial Library. It benefits the Hopewell Music Center. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, the local talent, Hermie Granati, we have, B. Taylor's family.
Wow.
The Taylor sisters, they're amazing. It's so good.
And let me say this. As loud as I am, and right, my histrionics and my show is very volatile. If you ask my wife, I am the guy in the back of the room who wants no attention anywhere we go. Is your husband that way?
Same.
Yes, I could tell. I could tell.
He had front row seats, and he was like,
don't bring me up
and
here,
then
lady.
I saw his foot tapping a couple of times, and I'm like, you're feeling it. You're feeling it. I know you are.
You know, I tell people this, and I mean this, Mary. The secret to life is find joy. If you can't find joy, you're screwed. I mean that, Mary.
Exactly.
Right?
I know. 100%. You have to find joy in whatever you do. And, there's we literally just said this today earlier is like, I saw a reel. It said, there's no prize at the end of life. You don't get a medal for anything. You just have to live it the way that you want to live it. And that's it.
Well, and not
be happy.
we've blown off weather today, but we haven't. But I wanted to talk to you about this because that video got me thinking. And the thing is, I tell my wife this. The reason why she loves our dog, Rosie, is that regardless of the circumstance in life, rain, sleet, snow, bad news, bad day, bad job, bad boss, bad life, that damn dog sees you and jumps up on you like a newborn baby wants mommy. And there's a magic to that. And if we could learn to be that way in life one time a day, finding joy would be much better off. We would.
I agree. That's so sweet.
I stay away from the miserable people because they suck.
Me too. Same.
I can't stand the people that bitch if they win the lottery because I got to pay the taxes. Okay. Meantime, the weather. I saw 10 degrees Monday Night Football. Is that legit, 10 degrees?
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh.
I ain't going to that game.
I was at the last Steelers game, too, and it was so cold.
And it wasn't 10, sister. It wasn't 10.
Oh, yeah. So, exactly. So, it's going to be really, really cold on Monday. That's going to be the coldest morning, too, of course.
Oh. So, Mary, if you're at that game, is it a low of 10? So the wind chill could be what?
The
0?
low of 10. The game's at what, 8:30?
It's at night,
So it would probably be, either way, it's still going to feel probably into the low to mid-teens either way, because our high temperature is only, we're only going to get to 20, 21 or something, yeah.
So, Mary, is this the pattern you saw? A cold winter?
Yeah, actually, as we head into Christmas, we could warm up a little bit. I don't think we're going to see a white Christmas. I'll say that now. But I didn't expect it to be this cold. I knew we had, some colder days ahead, but we're over 10 degrees below average for the month. We're not seeing a warm up this week. For the beginning of next week, we actually have a few clipper systems too through the end of the week. So for the weekend, that we could get some snow for overnight Saturday into early Sunday. So a little bit of accumulation possible in Pittsburgh. Still several days out, but keeping a close eye on that. And this system, it's a mess. North, they're getting snow, but it's just that heavy rain.
Yeah.
We're already in the 40s.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have ice tonight.
Yep.
So
it's a load of crap. Is what it is, Mary.
Yeah.
So let me read you.
I don't like it either.
I hate it. So the one thing I got to show you is people talk about Steeler fans. They're loyal in Steeler Nation. My boy, Ticket Nick, is the best ticket broker in America. Right now, for that game Monday night, there are more than 11,000 seats available. Why? People say, I ain't sitting in that. I ain't sitting in that weather. Would you, Mary? Would you?
No.
No way.
No way.
No way in hell.
No way.
Even if I'm boozed up, I ain't sitting in that weather. Thank you, Mary.
Nope, I'll be on my couch.
Hey, any other shows coming up?
January 10th at the City Winery.
Nice.
I'll be opening for Justin Fabus with Bobby Thompson. And Bobby Thompson, I mean, he's amazing. He plays the guitar for me, but he also sings. He's in a band, Bobby Thompson and the Chosen Few. I mean, he performs like crazy. He shreds on the guitar. Fantastic. Sounds like Chris Stapleton. Like, he's fantastic.
Wow.
So January 10th, City Winery is going to be a huge show, and I'm opening. So I'm so excited. We got some new songs, too.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for being you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Marty.
Mary Hours. Brings joy wherever she goes. And that's a gift. My wife does it. Christine, when she comes home, it's annoying. She's so nice. And what my wife is like a light in the room. Because I'm very temperamental based on what's up. I'm honest about it. And ask these fellas. We're like a family here. It depends on the topic, the day, the climate, what we're trying to prove, what we're trying to do, what's going on. That's the way I am. My wife comes into a room and poof, everything lights up. And she's full of joy. To my point, seek out joy. If you can do anything with your life, stay away from the haters. Those people, I won the lottery, but I got to pay taxes. Those people. Seek out joy. Mary Hours is one of them. And I love it.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haver, a board-certified OBGYN and menopause specialist. My new podcast, Unpaused, is the place for bold, unfiltered conversations about what it really takes for women to thrive in the second half of life. Every week, I sit down with medical experts, cultural icons, and powerhouse women to talk about what really matters. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Listen to and follow Unpaused with me, Dr. Mary Claire Haver, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
There is treatment for neuropathy. I'm Dr. Dawn Spalla. At Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine, we treat neuropathy patients daily. No drugs, no surgery, just relief. Call 724-224-2224 for a free consultation in our Sarver or Brackenridge locations.
It's a tradition that's over 70 years strong. KDKA and the Free Care Fund of Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, UPMC. Help us next Thursday at 2 during the Colin Dunlap Show by ensuring that no child is ever denied medical care because of ability to pay. It's brought to you by Tempstar Heating and Cooling, Papa J's in the Strip, Boulevard Glass and Metal, Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, and by 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm Managing Editor Mike Larson. Westmoreland County Airport Authority Executive Director Gabe Monzo will retire from his role at the end of April, marking more than 43 years at the authority and nearly 2 decades leading it. Monzo, age 70, will leave the full-time position that includes leading Arnold Palmer Regional Airport and Ross Draper Airport on April 30th, and will likely stay on in a consultant's role part-time to help with the transition, although no successor has yet been named. Also, the city of Pittsburgh's Mayor-elect Corey O'Connor has tapped Sharon Werner to serve as Chief Operating Officer for the city. Werner is a former Chief of Staff to U.S. Attorneys General Eric Holder and Loretta Lynch. Werner's career has included legal, government, and private sector roles. After clerking in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York in an international law firm, she spent 5 years as a congressional chief of staff and then worked into the Obama administration, working as White House liaison and counselor to Attorney General before moving to the chief of staff role for Holder and Lynch. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
This jagoff, RFK, and he's idiotic. He's doing another pull-up competition at an airport. What a goofball. Someone needs to tell him just to go away, man. What a disconnect. The American people want to see that jackass with the fake tan. And how do I know it's fake? The videos of him in the Secret Service sneaking out of a tanning salon. Who the hell, what grown-ass man goes to a tanning salon? Come on. Fellas, forget the vaccines. I've got to be tan. And what meaning was it when they say, let's go to the airport and do a pull-up competition? Really? Is that what we're going to do? Hey, folks, they're going to have yoga mats at airports. Really? Did you ever go in the bathroom in an airport and it smells like urine and fecal matter and there's water running across the floor with that stuff in it? Do you? Of course you do. Do you think you'll be interested in grabbing a nice yoga mat from one of those facilities? I know it's random me bringing this up, but it just came across in the Wall Street Journal that he's doing another pull-up competition at an airport. My man, if his boss wasn't Trump, if he had a real boss that wasn't orange, he would say, hey, RFK Jr., stop. Stop it. Oh, pull-up competitions at the airport. I got to play. This is when we know the world has flipped on its head. You have the Marjorie Taylor Greene thing. She has now become a progressive. And again, I don't do a lot on politics, but something happened to her. She was kidnapped by aliens or something, right? They sent back like a body double. She's AI. I have never, and I've been around, and I've seen people change their political will in their narrative, but she was Trump's girl. She was his bag lady. She lit all the fires, right? I mean, seriously. And now she's with Wolf Blitzer. Seriously? She would have called him Satan a year ago. Listen to her yesterday. Listen.
I feel very sorry for President Trump. I genuinely do. Yeah. It has to be a hard place for someone that is constantly so hateful. Yep. And puts so much vitriol, name-calling, and really tells lies about people in order to try to get his way or win some kind of fight. And I think that's exactly what's wrong in America today. That's what's wrong in this toxic political environment that has ripped our country apart. And I personally think that that's poor leadership from a president. Yeah. It's a very bad demeanor, and Americans are very tired of it.
Yeah, she's the one that said there were lasers coming from space.
Jewish space lasers.
Well, she was hit with something happened to her, right? The therapy changed, something.
Something in her family construction business, maybe.
Something happened. Brain transplant, hemorrhoids, steroids, androids, AI.
The Reddit rabbit hole.
Something, bro. I find it mildly entertaining. She was the most acerbic, combustible, combative, I hate liberals and progressives and Wolf Blitzer person on earth. And now, he's just mean. He's the meanie. He sent me a really awful text. It was mean. The president did. Okay. You know what it's like? One of those bad breakups? Honestly. I love him. He cheated on me. I hate him. Man. What next? Why we focus 95% of what we do is local. Because we can make a difference here. I just find those people to be ignorant. There's something wrong there. I hope she's okay. And I'll tell you why I worry, and I mean this. She could get hurt. I mean, there are people that hate her and want to kill her and her family. And that's real, man. That stuff, ask Charlie Kirk's family. That poor man, that young man, blew his chest, did not even care, just blew him up. And I hope she isn't naive and doesn't blow off these threats, because it's real. And it's not a safe space to be doing this inflammatory, I hate Trump stuff. It's not a safe space. Before we go, I want to talk to Tommy. He's been on hold forever. Tommy, thanks for your patience. Sounds like you have something important. Go ahead.
Oh, well, it's waiting around an hour, but it's worth it.
Whoa,
to be online with a celebrity like you, Marty. Yeah, and I was just going to clue in something about furnaces.
Please do.
And I had one other point. I've been doing furnace work in AC and small commercial for since 1988.
Wow. Good for
and
you.
in Wexford, I got a trained furnace, 10-year warranty, 120,000 BTU, installed in a big home in Wexford for $4,100.
You did.
So I don't know who that lady, or I wish you could maybe pass on my info,
hold on a
and
second.
maybe I could help her out before
Stop.
Christmas.
Tommy, hold your breath for 1 second. Let me read this. This is from a true furnace guy. I used to put a top-tier furnace and AC in for $5,600. Next year, $16,000 to $20,000. Tommy, there's no way you can put in a new furnace with air conditioning for $4,400.
Not air. I'm sorry. Not air, Marty.
Okay.
I meant it was heat only. Was it a furnace? You didn't mention it. There was an AC with it.
No, I love you. Tommy, I'll tell you what I got to do. I got to get your information. Can I do that? Can we put you on hold? Because I want to hook up with you.
Can I tell you one real quick thing?
Please go.
Give Marty Taylor Greene some credit that she's coming to her senses.
What do you think? But Tommy, it's a little weird, right? Right?
She's coming to her senses, though. I know the space lasers, but give her some credit. She's trying to right the ship. She's trying to right the ship, Marty.
Are you sure,
give
Tommy?
Her some credit.
I don't know.
Yes, sir.
She's a weirdo, Tommy.
I'm cool.
Tommy, let me put you on hold. Can you please grab Tommy's info for me, brother? I want Tommy's info. Thanks, my man. I love guys like him. You know why? Old school. Speaks the truth, works his ass off. And if we can work out arrangements where we can put furnaces in people's houses for $4,400, we will line them up. Because people need them. And most people can't afford it. And we got the 2D folks on tomorrow. They have hundreds of people asking for furnaces. Hundreds. And it's a struggle. And Tommy cares. And I love Tommy. 10 degrees for the Steeler game. Patrick, would you go? There ain't no way.
Nope.
What
Absolutely
if it was
not.
What if it was the AFC Championship game? I might.
I would consider it.
Yeah.
But man,
not for this. Not for Miami.
No, for Miami with the current record.
Not even free tickets. No.
No.
Now club seating, you could go in and warm up.
Oh, if we're in a nice toasty box, that's a whole other story.
No, I mean club seating. When you sit in the seats and you can go back into that club. I would do that.
You go thaw out.
Yeah. For a playoff game. But not for Miami. Not Monday night, brother.
Nope.
We have work.
If Marino comes back, maybe.
Yeah. I hear Danny right now is warming up catching footballs with Larry in Florida. Yeah. Dan Marino's coming back. No.
The KDKA Mobile News Fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. Serves the Pittsburgh Extended Operational Area. This concludes this emergency alert system test.
Winter is coming. Is your roof ready? Call Home Genius Exteriors now and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, no interest and no payments till 2027. Winter won't wait, and neither should you. Call Home Genius Exteriors now at 855-U-R-GENIUS for your free roof and attic inspection from one of our experts. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
At LendSeek, we know running a business takes heart, hustle, and sometimes a little help. That's why we stand with you with our exclusive AI lending platform, connecting you to over 100 funders. If you've been in business for at least 2 years with a minimum annual revenue of $500,000, you can get up to $1 million in funding in as fast as 24 hours. No collateral, no prepayment penalties, no red tape. Apply today with no cost or obligation at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.